Welcome to Mini Money Mastermind with Mahira. Today's intriguing topic is money laundering versus Hawala. But the first question is, what are they? If someone has a lot of black money and wants to spend it, as happens with white money, then that person wants to convert his black money to white money. But the question is, how? If you don't know the answer, then today's topic, which is money laundering versus Hawala, is just right for you. Both methods are illegal, but the main similarity is that both are used by people doing illegal activities to convert black money into white money. But both of them are entirely different processes. You must have heard the words money laundering and Hawala in the news many times. And by the end of the video, you will know all about money laundering and Hawala and their differences too. This video is the fifth video of one of my series, which is the general knowledge of money. And today's topic, as I told you, is money laundering versus Hawala. I hope you watched my general knowledge of money part 1 video, which is black money versus white money. If not, then I'll explain them here again. I'll also post the playlist link of general knowledge of money in the description, and you can watch that video by clicking on that link. Also, my all videos are available in Hindi subtitles as well. Black money refers to the money that is earned through illegal or illicit means, such as corruption, tax evasion, or criminal activity. It is the money that is not reported to the government for tax purposes, and it is not included in a country's official economic statistics. White money is often referred as clean money or legitimate money. It is the money that is earned through legal means and is reported to the government for tax purposes. Now, if someone has collected a huge amount of black money but is not able to use it as white money, then that person has multiple options, but the two most common methods are money laundering and Hawala. Both methods are illegal, and as I mentioned before, both are used by people doing illegal activities to convert black money into white money. Let's discuss money laundering first. Money laundering is often associated with criminal activities like drug trafficking, terrorism financing, fraud, and corruption. It can have serious impacts for a country's economy and its national security by providing a source of funds for illegal activities and eroding the integrity of financial systems. To combat money laundering, many countries have implemented laws and regulations requiring financial institutions and businesses to report suspicious transactions and to have programs in place to detect and prevent money laundering. Money laundering is the process of making illegally gained proceeds, i.e. dirty money, appear legal, i.e. clean money. It involves 3 steps: placement, layering, and integration. Let's understand it with this picture. So friends, now let us learn money laundering stages. But before I start, let me remind you that money laundering is illegal. Doing it is one kind of corruption, and this video is for educational purpose only. Now let's come back to money laundering stages. So over here you can see a lot of black money. Now this black money is owned by Mr. ABC. Now, Mr. ABC wants to make his black money white, so he will use the money laundering method. So now, what is the first stage or step that takes place? It is placement itself. Well, first, before I start telling you all about placement, let me remind you that the launderer is not the person who owns the money, but it is a very financially trained person who knows a lot of financial knowledge and the land of law in finance. So, the launderer is Mr. XYZ. So, what does the launderer do in the placement stage? Well, the launderer introduces illegal funds into the financial system. Now, how does he do that? So, actually, he creates many accounts. It's not important that those accounts will be in only one country. It can be across the world too. So he will deposit a bit of the money, of the huge sum of black money, to each account. Now, why is he creating so many accounts? He could deposit all the money in one account. Well, if he deposits such a big amount of money, of black money, in one account, then the banks will start questioning him that from where did you get such a big amount of money? Well, this black money is earned through illegal activities, so they can't disclose that or else they will go to jail. So, the launderer has to create many accounts, and most of the times it's worldwide, while sometimes it is within one country only. So, after creating so many accounts, it deposits a bit of that money in each account. This is what happens in placement. Now, let us go to the next step, that is layering. Now, in layering, what happens is that the launderer moves the money through a series of transactions. Now, maybe like there are many accounts. So one account is transferring some money to another account and the other account is transferring money to another account, and this goes on. Also, some accounts will also buy financial assets and then sell it to other accounts. So by making the money move through a series of transactions, it will become more wide. So then integration stage happens, in which the launderer brings the clean money back for spending. Now the launderer has made the money white, and now the person, Mr. ABC, who owns the money, can now use it to spend it on anything, like even apples, or pomegranates, or even custard apples. Now, the launderer doesn't take this for free. He also takes a fee out of all this. So, don't think that there is any free lunch, okay? Now, this also is very illegal, and I am not asking you to do this. As I told you in the starting, this is illegal and this video is for educational purpose only. So this is the way money laundering works. And the launderer has to do all these steps carefully so that it cannot come into the notice of anybody. So this is how the money laundering works, and this is for the money laundering stages. I hope you are able to understand money laundering. Now, let us talk about the Hawala system. Hawalas are used in the Middle East and Southern Asia and is an ancient system of transferring money. Hawala is a Hindi word, and in English it means reference, meaning to give the reference of someone. The Hawala system refers to an informal channel for transferring funds from one location to another through service providers, also known as Hawaldars, meaning Hawala agents. Let's understand how a Hawala works through this picture. So friends, now let us learn how a Hawala works through an example. The example starts with two people. One is Mr. Rome and the other is his father. But before I start, let me again remind you that Hawalas are illegal, doing them is one kind of corruption, and this video is for educational purpose only. Now let's come back to the example. Mr. Rome and his father live in the European Union. One day, his father decides to take a trip to India. Upon reaching India, he finds out that he has lost his money. So, he calls his son, Mr. Rome, and asks him if he could send him some money here in India. Now, Mr. Rome was left wondering. He indeed had a lot of money in the form of cash and as black money which he had earned but by doing illegal activities like selling drugs. But doing a transaction over banks would be impossible. So he decides to use the Hawala method. He goes to a Hawaldar, meaning a person who has the purpose of conducting a Hawala, who lives in the same city as he does. His name is Max. Now Mr. Rome goes to Mr. Max and gives him 1,000 euro in cash. After Mr. Rome gives Mr. Max 1,000 euro in cash, Mr. Max gives Mr. Rome a certain passcode and also tells him to send whoever he wants to get that money to Mr. Gabbar and ask that person to tell Mr. Gabbar this certain passcode. Then Mr. Max calls Mr. Gabbar, who is of the same organization but he lives in India. So he tells Mr. Gabbar that if somebody tells you this passcode, then give that person 1,000 euro equivalent Indian rupees. In home, Mr. Rome calls his father and tells his father the passcode and tells his father to go to Mr. Gabbar and tell him this passcode so that he could get 1,000 euro equivalent Indian rupees. So, Mr. Rome's father goes to Mr. Gabbar and tells him the passcode. He then gets 1,000 euro equivalent Indian rupees and returns to his hotel and starts spending his money on whatever he needs. So this is how the Hawala works. But doing this is illegal. And do you know what is the department that catches those people who do Hawalas? Well, it is the ED department or the Enforcement Directorate department. I hope you are able to understand Hawala as well and are able to understand the differences between money laundering and Hawala too. Thank you for tuning into my channel, Mini Money Mastermind with Mahira. I hope you found today's topic informative. Don't forget to hit the like button and share my videos with your friends and your family so that they also can benefit from my content. I appreciate your support and can't wait to continue bringing you more informative and actionable finance-related content. Until next time, happy money management. But do you know what the founder of Microsoft, Bill Gates, said? Well, he said, do not compare yourself with anyone in this world. If you do so, then you are insulting yourself.